This Emmanuel JV Volleyball game here at ILC. Did I connect? Hold on, I'm not sure I connected this thing. Just give me a second. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. We had it set up wrong. So, welcome to this Emmanuel JV Volleyball game here at Gilmanton. It's an away game if you can't tell, so hopefully everything will go just fine. Looks like starting out, we have Riley and Alvin. Olivia. Gilmanton's Panthers. We have number 3. Number 3, Sky. Number 10, Haley. Number 11, Heidi.
Somebody said they can't hear.
Can't hear me, Can you still not hear me, or can you hear me now? Can you text if you can hear me here?
It says keep talking.
Okay. Sounds like you can hear me now, hopefully.
Can you hear me now? It says now we can hear you.
Okay. Thanks for the info there. Yeah, I had it set up wrong at the beginning, my bad. 15 Lydia Evans for the Panthers, number 1. Oh, Caitlin, and number 13, Sienna. I think I got everyone. Hopefully. We should start here shortly. I don't know what we're waiting for here, but I think I might have missed number 11.
They're getting a better ball.
Oh, they were getting a better ball, I guess. The ball they had wasn't very good. So here we go. We have a nice ball. We should be starting here shortly, hopefully. Thanks for tuning in today. If you have questions or comments, you can go to one of our other videos. Most of them should have a link in the description to our Discord, and leave a message there. We'll try and check it once in a while here today, but it's harder at away game. 13 serving for Gilmanton, and out of bounds. First one goes to the Lancers. Lancers definitely like it down to both. Nauman coming in here on Olivia. Oh yeah, or you can just comment in the video. We can see it since it's an away game. So just comment in the video, in the live chat. Olivia's first serve is good. Gilmanton rushing after it after the first hit goes a bit wild and unable to get it back into play. Lancers get the second point. We're serving again here for the Lancers.
It said, can you make yourself louder?
I can try here. Just give me a second. That sounds better. Better now, or I don't know. If you could turn up your volume, that might be the only other solution. I just don't think I can turn myself up at an away game. So, Avery Kwong will be serving it in here. He got the last point. Lancers now lead by 4. A nice receive there by number 10, who now comes in for a spike, gets it over, but Avery's there. Josie over to Claire and taps it over, but the back row is ready for it. 3, and we have a lift called there. Our first good volley, though, I think, of the game, so we'll see that. Avery will serve again. Avery's serve is good to number 15, up. 13 over to 3, sets it over. 3 play for the Lancers. Avery setting up Claire for the hard spike to the back row. It was in. The Lancers point. Nice spike there by Claire, very well placed.
Clever.
Avery continuing to serve here. The serve is good once again. 13 over the net. Lancers managed to get it up. Abby with a really hard spike that goes far out of bounds. We're starting to get some good volleys here. Gilmanton finally getting a point. The score is 6-1. Number 11 will now be serving for Gilmanton. That is Kaylin. Number 11 serve is good. Abby's bump is off there and goes out of bounds. An ace for Gilmanton as they gain their second point. Lancers hustling to get it, but unable to. Another serve by number 11, Kaylee. Kari to Avery. Riley spikes it, blocks it there. However, the Panthers are able to keep it up, and number 10 gets it over to Kari. Olivia. Riley manages to get it over. Good save there by Riley. Nice job by Gilmanton on getting that one back. Kari digs it. Avery over to Claire for the hard spike and out of bounds off of Gilmanton. Very well done.
They said they think
Avery, Olivia, a couple of times.
they said they think they're getting the microphone mic instead of the headphone mic instead of the microphone thing.
I'm gonna try disconnecting this, and we will be back shortly. Lancers are now leading 9-3. You missed. Claire serving. The Panthers got a point, and now we have Emma Miller serving for the Lancers. Emma Miller's serve is good. Number 10 up, 13 setting it back. 15 gets it over. Nicely done by 15. Lydia to Claire, over to Abby, who gets it over. 13. Ooh, and that was a hard one to save there. 13's bump was a little off. Okay, I guess I fixed it. I don't know what was wrong there, but I'm glad it's fixed here. A timeout here called by, I think, the Panthers. The Panthers are down 11-3. So definitely have some catching up to do. However, it's been a pretty well played game. Lancers have had a couple of better serves, and Claire's definitely gotten a couple of good spikes down. Gilmanton seems to be having a few problems getting some good spikes onto the Lancer side. So if they could get that going, I think they'd be right back into this game. But both teams seem to be playing pretty well, so it looks like we might be in for a good setter. A good couple of sets here. Lancers coming back out. Timeout's over, so Gilmanton should be breaking. Here they come as well. And Abby will Emma will continue serving. I have everyone's names all mixed up today, guys. Sorry about this. Emma with a great serve. Set up by 11. Back to 10, whose spike is in the net. That was a hard spike to make. She was in a back row spot, and the set was a bit low, so definitely a harder one to make. Score is 12-3. Emma with another great serve over. Put up. Set. 3 and 15 trying to get it over the net, but unable to. Again, the set was a bit off. Hard to get those over with. Wasn't a bad set, but just wasn't perfectly placed here. Emma with another great serve, and that one goes off 11's hand into the back of the gym. Another great serve by Emma. The score is now 14-3. Adri coming in for Claire. Score is 14-3. I think I said the wrong score a little bit ago. Sorry if I did. Emma serving again. Another great serve. Very well done. Abby returning it instantly. Nice block / spike there. Lydia and Abby coming up. Lydia trying to save it there, but unable to get it. Score is now 4-14. Gilmanton down 10. Number 10 will be serving for Gilmanton. It looks like that's Callie. Oh, nope. It'll be number 7 serving, Gabby. Number 7 serve is high and out. Just barely out. It was very close to being in. Would have been a great serve if it wasn't. Just a bit too hard, though, and the Lancers are now up to 15-4. Olivia coming in for Josie, and Olivia will now be serving for the Lancers. Olivia's serve is good to 10, who puts it way up into the air. 13, setting up 15 for the spike over, and Lydia missing the block and unable to turn around fast enough to get it. Another point for the Panthers here. Number 1 looks like she'll be coming in to serve for us. Number 1 is Caitlin. Score is 5-15. Lancers lead by 10 still. We have some confusion here on to where they're supposed to be. 15 will now be serving for us. 15 is Lydia Evans. Evans, the Evans one. Looks like we're good to start here shortly, maybe. And we are good to go. Here we go. 15-5. 16 serve is good. Emma Avery trying to get there in time, unable to. I think she should have called in help in that one, but it was too late by the time they realized. And a point for the Panthers. Score 6-15. Panthers down. A good serve by 15. Olivia's receive goes up to the ceiling, and Gilmanton has a bit of problems there on returning it. Score is now 16-6. Lancers up 10 again. Claire coming in for Adri, and Abby serving for the Lancers. Another, Abby's serve almost goes over the net. It would have been a great serve if it had, but catching the top of the net and not going over, falling back onto the Lancers side, leaving the score to be 16-7. Lancers up 9. Now serving is Caitlin. A good serve there by Caitlin. Avery just tipping it over. However, the Panthers are able to get it back. Emma to Avery. Lydia coming in for a spike, but her spike is blocked / in the net. And the Panthers gain another point. Score 8-16. Another nice serve by Caitlin. Olivia receiving over to Avery. Claire gets it over there. 1-13. A spike over by 11. Claire to Avery. Back to Claire for a hard spike. Claire having a great game there. Another nicely placed spike in the back row. No hope for Gilmanton of getting to that one. So 3 well-placed spikes here by Claire so far. Kari now serving for the Lancers. Her serve is in the net. Lancers having a bit of problems getting their serves over the net here lately. Giving Gilmanton a chance to catch up. The score is 17-9. Lancers up. Number 3 coming in. Number 3 is Sky for Gilmanton. Served by number 13. Number 13, Kenya, and Olivia unable to receive it. Riley trying to get it back up into the air, but unable to. And another point gained by Gilmanton. They are now only down 7. Another serve by number 13. Almost out. Olivia goes for it. Riley tries to get it up into the air again after Olivia's receive goes low, but is unable to. And another point. Now only down 6 are the Panthers. Abby to Avery, over to Claire for another great spike right over the head of 11. She tries to set it to stop its forwards momentum, but is unable to, and it goes out of bounds. Point for the Lancers. They are now up to a 7-point lead here. Score is 18-11. Avery will now be serving for the Lancers. She subbed in, as well as did Josie. Over to Kari. Avery setting up Abby for a back row spike. It's good, but the libero's there. Riley blocks it, but 13 puts it back up into the air for our team. She now gets a back row spike, but Kari's there. Over to Avery. Claire coming in for a hard spike. That one's dug by number 16, 15. Good job getting there. Her receive, however, goes into the net, and her teammates are unable to put it back up into the air to continue the play. Score is 19-11 Lancers. Avery continues to serve. A great serve there by Avery and a beautiful dig. 15 tries to spike it over the net, but it runs into the net instead. Point for the Lancers. Score is now 20-11. Lancers lead by 9. Avery serves again. Another high arcing serve to the libero. 13 to 15 or 10, whose spike is a bit high and out of bounds. Another point for the Lancers. Lancers only need 4 more points to take this first set. It's going to be really hard for Gilmanton to come back here. But they have been playing a pretty good set here. Definitely haven't given up hope yet. Great save there by Josie, and the Lancers have miscommunication, leading to Gilmanton scoring another point. Gilmanton only down 9, so they definitely could come back. But 11 will now be serving. 11 is Kaylee. Over to Kari. Avery. I can't remember her name for some reason tonight. Avery setting it. Josie trying to save it, but unable to. A point for Gilmanton. Avery's set was just a bit off. Kari to Abby. Nice save there by Kari. Really nice save there by Riley. Well done by the Lancers with that teamwork. 10 with a spike over to Kari. Over to Claire for a spike. Libero to 13. She gets it over. Abby to Avery. Over to Josie. Josie's hit is too hard and goes out of bounds. The score now 14-21. Like I said, Gilmanton definitely still trying here, and they do have a chance. The Lancers don't have this game just yet, so we'll have to see. 11 to Avery. Over to Claire for a hard spike, but the back row's there. 10 with a spike, but her spike is too hard. Kari realizes it and lets it go overhead. Point for the Lancers. Claire will now be serving for the Lancers. The score is 22-14. Lancers leading. Claire with a great serve, but 16's there to dig it. 13 back to 15, who was the person who actually received it. Abby sets it over. 10 trying to get a surprise set in there, but was unable to elevate it over the net. Lancers scoring another point, now only 2 away from winning this set. Claire's serve is good again, and the libero trying to decide whether to set it or bump it, ends up set bumping it, and the ball goes nowhere. The point goes to the Lancers, however. Claire's trying to see if she can get this final point here. A good serve, however, received by Gilmanton. 10 coming in for a set, sets it past the blockers into a spot on the court where the Lancers are not. Avery tries to get there, but is unable to. Point for Gilmanton. Scores 24-15. Lancers leading 9. Serving is 10. 10 is Callie. Claire to Avery. Josie coming in for a hard spike, but it's received. However, the receiver cannot control the force with which he puts the ball back into the air, and it goes out of bounds. Lancers taking this first set, 25-15. But Gilmanton definitely had some promise there. I think they could definitely come back in the second set and take it. I think the real problem was they only had a couple of good spikes, so if they could improve that ratio, they'd be right back in this with the Lancers. Lancers, however, had some problems serving. They lost 2 or 3 serves to just serving it into the net on the first go, so that's definitely something they could improve on. There was a couple of miscommunications on both teams. Nothing terrible, but they definitely could both work on that. Gilmanton did do a really good job, however, getting they started at the end being ready for the Lancers' hard spikes and saving those. Nicely done by them. The Lancers did a good job setting up some hard spikes quite a few times, and they also were doing a good job blocking, as well as the Lancers' back row was doing a really good job on receiving serve. So good job all around to both teams. 2 more minutes left in this set time, I guess, or it's not really a half time, a third time. I don't know what to call this. It's a break in between two sets. A third. I've been recommended to call it a third. So, whatever you want to call this is where we are, and there's a minute 46 left here. Lancers took the first set, so if they win the second one, they'll take the match, although they normally play a third set anyways, just for kicks and giggles, although I think it's early for practice. Again, if you have anything to tell us, at away games we can actually read if you comment in the live comments part of the video. I think we can actually read your comments. So if you want to tell us anything, comment there. We will try and read it if we see it. .30 seconds here left in the half. Gilmanton breaking. It looks like starting for Gilmanton, we'll have 15 Lydia, 7 Gabby, 10 Callie, 3 Sky, 13 Kenna, yeah, and 11 Kaylee. Starting out for the Lancers here in the second set, we have Avery, Kari, Adri, Abby, Riley, and Hope. Looks like Lancers will start serving this time, with Avery being the one to take that privilege. And I think we're ready to start here. Avery's been given the go-ahead. See when she serves, which is now. Her first serve is good, but also a good receive by 15, 13. Can 11 save it? No, she cannot. Lancers take the first point of this set as well. Score 1-0. Avery going back to serve again here for the Lancers. Her serve once again is good. Another nice receive by 11. 7 to 10, who bumps it all the way over. Adri to Avery. Riley coming in for a beautiful spike there. Very nicely done by Riley. Put right down in the middle of the Panthers. They unable to do anything about that point. Lancers now leading 2-0. A nice volley, though, for the second point of the game. Avery's serve is good once again. 13 to 3. She gets it over. Avery to Hope. To Riley for the spike over and right again. She places it in the middle. 3-7 diving port. Unable to get there in time. And the Lancers take the point yet again. Score now 3-0. Avery will continue serving here for the Lancers. Avery's serve is good again. 10. And 13 and 11 trying to save that one after it went into the net. Unable to, and the Lancers take the fourth point of the set. Avery will serve again. She hits the ball over the net. 10 with a great dig. However, Riley's there to block it. Hits it into the net. Ooh. And we have a double hit called on Riley. Her first hit, when she was like trying to block it, got ricocheted back by the net into her. And then she bumped it to save it from hitting the ground, but it was called a double hit by the refs. Number 11 now serving. That's Kaylee for Gilmanton. Scores 4-1. Abby coming in for a spike. She manages to get it past Gilmanton's blockers. It rolls along the net and falls on Gilmanton's side. Point for the Lancers. They're now ahead 4-1 here, or 5-1, leading by 4. Hope serving for the Lancers. Her serve is good. 15 receiving back to 15 for a hard spike. Hope dives to save it. Kari trying to get under it, but unable to. A point for the Panthers. Scores 5-2. Good hustle there by the Lancers, but they were unable to get that one back. 10 serving. 10 is Callie. Received by Adri over to Over to Abby, but a great block by Gilmanton. Nice spike again by Riley. Gilmanton's definitely improved their blocking game here in the second set. They've gotten some great blocks. However, the Lancers have just improved their spiking, I feel like, as well, and done some really great spiking. Lydia coming in for Adri here. Abby will serve for the Lancers. Scores 6-2. 16 setting it backwards over her head on accident, and the point goes to the Lancers. An ace for Abby Eichley here. Scores 7-2. Lancers leading by 5. Abby with another great serve. 9-10. 15 getting it over. Received by Abby. Avery over to Lydia. Lydia spiking it to 15. 15 bumps it over Abby. Avery manages to get under that one, and Emma comes in for a back row spike. Great save there by Gilmanton. 10 getting it over. Riley to Avery. Riley coming in for a spike. However, her hand hits the ball wrong, and the ball ends up in the net. Point for the Panthers. The score is 3-7. Panthers down. One will now be serving. Number 1 is Caitlin. She's also the libero. Her serve is often in the net. Point goes to the Lancers. We have some subs for the Lancers. We have Avery coming out and Josie coming in, and we have Riley coming out and Marnie coming in. Marnie will be serving now for the Lancers, who are leading 8-3. Marnie starts with a hard serve over to number 10. Ooh, it bounces back off the ceiling. None of the people on Gilmanton can get to the spot on the court fast enough, and the ball hits the ground, leading to a point for the Lancers. Another serve by Marnie, and an ace for Marnie as well. Bouncing off, ricocheting off the receiver's arms in an odd fashion and out of the bounds. Marnie will serve here again. Score 10-3. Lancers leading by 7. Marnie hitting the ball over the net. Libero diving for it, unable to get there. A great serve by Marnie right along the edge outside of where Gilmanton normally receives it, and they are unable to get there. Marnie getting another ace here. The score is 11-3. Marnie's serve once again is good, and almost another ace, but they managed to get it over the net just barely, and a double hit called on Josie there, as she did the same thing her sister did earlier. Blocked it, didn't make it back over the net, and then she had to bump it to keep it from hitting the floor, but double hit called, and so Gilmanton gets the point. The score is 4-11. 15 now serving. 15 is Lydia Evans. Marnie over to Josie. Josie coming in for a nice spike. Very well done. Right over the blockers and into the gap in the middle of the court. Kari will now be serving for the Lancers. The score is 12-4. I'd say the second set has been very well played by both teams. Gilmanton having a bit of trouble receiving the serves. Ooh, that spike really hard there by Gilmanton leads to a point for the Lancers as it goes over the line and out of the bounds. Lancers now up 13-4. Libero 10 rushing after it. Can't get to it as she would have to have ran up into the bleachers. Timeout called Gilmanton. Like I was saying, Gilmanton. Yeah, we got yelled at last time. Gilmanton. Gilmanton. Yeah, sorry about this. I always call it the wrong thing. I'm bad with names. I'm probably saying almost all the other players' names wrong, but I'm trying, okay? Lancers have been playing very well in the second set as well. I don't think they've had more than like one serve that hasn't made it over the net so far, so good job by them. They've also been doing a great job with their spike placement and spikes here today, getting some nice power on them. They've had a couple of good blocks. Some of their blocks haven't been going so well, but those are always hard to do, so overall, I think both teams have played very well. If Gilmanton can improve their serve receive, they'll be right back. Well, they'll have a hard time catching up now. They're down 10 points, but they will be serving here. 13 over to 11. Kari diving for it. It goes over two of her players' heads, teammates' heads, and into the net. A point goes to Gilmanton, who is now only down 9, scores 14 to 5. 7 serving again. 7 is Gabby. Her serve is good. Kari receiving it. Josie puts it over immediately. Libero. 10 gets it from going into the net. 13 sets it over. Kari to Marnie. Over to Hope, who comes in for the spike, but Hope ends up in the net. And the point goes to the Panthers. Gabby gets a chance to serve again here. The score being 14 to 6. Her serve is up and high, but Olivia's there to get it before it goes out of bounds. Lydia setting it back into the play. 13, 10 coming in for a spike. Spikes it to the back corner where Kari is waiting for it. Hope gets it over the net, but out of bounds as well. Also, the ball went over the line, so the point goes to Gilmanton again. They're making a bit of a comeback here. Only down 7. Their score is 7. An ace there for Gabby as Olivia tries to go for it, but is unable to get there in time, sliding across the court and the ball falling at her hand. At her feet, I guess. I don't know. This time, both Kari and Olivia got there. Josie punches it over the libero, is unable to keep it going towards her team, and it goes towards the wall instead. The wall does not bump it, and the point goes to the Lancers. Lydia will now be serving for the Lancers. The score is 15 to 8. Lancers lead. Lydia's serve is good. 15, nicely saved there by 11. Kari to Marnie. Josie coming in. Josie manages to put it on the edge. The libero dives for it, but as she was diving away from the court, she hits the ball away from the court, and the Lancers end up with another point. Score 16 to 8. Lydia serves again. Another good serve. The libero digs this one. 11. 13 bumps it over. Free play for the Lancers. Kari, I think we had a lift called there on Kari. Her team hustled to get it, but it didn't matter as a lift leads to the point for the other team. Gilmanton's score is now 9 to 9. Lancers score is 16. We had Adri sub in here for the Lancers. 13 serving. 13 is Kiana. Olivia comes in. Olivia's spike is too hard and goes over the line and out of the bounds. Point for Gilmanton. Now I totally overemphasized the wrong thing, but Marnie to Olivia again. This time Olivia does manage to get it over and down without running into the net. Very well done there by Olivia, falling at the feet of the back row. A point for the Lancers. The score is 17 to 10. Lancers up 7. We had a sub here for Gilmanton, but I did not see who it was. So we'll go to Avery serving on the other side of the court. A great serve there, and the ball goes up and onto the ceiling from whence it falls down onto the side of the Lancers. But as it touched the ceiling off from whence it came, and as it hit the ceiling, the Lancers get a point. Gilmanton's 15 to 7. 15 bumps it over backwards. Adri over the net to 11. 3 back to her teammate 13 who gets it over the net. Kari to Avery to Olivia for a spike, but it's to 7 who receives it. 10 gets it over, but Olivia to Hope. And Avery just barely setting it over. Yeah, I know, I realized. 10 coming in for a spike, but Adri's there to get it. Avery to Olivia, who spikes it over and gets it in between the front row and the back row. Back row rushes up to try and get the ball, but is unable to get there in time. The ball falling just in front of them. Point going to the Lancers, scoring 19 to 10. Avery serving. Her serving is good. 7 with a great dig. 13 over to 15 with a nice spike, but Kari digs it. Avery to Olivia, who gets it over. 10 spiking it into the net. The net does not let the ball through, and the ball falls to the Gilmanton's side of the net. It might be my father, but I don't know. 10 to 3. 10 Spiking it over. Adri to Avery. Riley coming in for a great spike. Another beautiful spike there by Riley. The point going to the Lancers. The score is 21-10. Timeout. Gilmanton. We have requests for more of Sam, so now he's dancing for you guys. While we have a timeout here. Both teams have played a pretty good second set. Gilmanton's just having a hard time getting those finishes, I think. Sam's done dancing, so we should go back to the court here, I think. Oh, nope. He's not. He has one more thing for you guys. Both teams have played pretty well here, I think, in the second set. Lancers have just gotten more of those hard spikes down on the other side, which leads to their lead. They've also had, at the beginning, Gilmanton was having a hard time returning their serves, which made them lose a bunch of points to the Lancers, leading to the Lancers' lead. All the words I have a hard time saying here. Avery will continue serving for the Lancers. Gilmanton's back out on the court, as are the Lancers, and the game will continue. Lancers only needing 4 more points to take this match. See if they can do it, or if Gilmanton will have an amazing comeback. 17 with a great serve here. 13-10. 10 spike is good. And right on the line, the Lancers point. The Lancers unable to get there in time, and the point goes to Gilmanton. 11 serve is good. Adria is unable to keep it in play, and the point goes to Gilmanton. Receive going into the bleachers. 11 serves again after she got her last ace. See if she can do it again. No, Riley gets a great set. Olivia coming in for a spike. 7 with a great save. 10 gets it back up. 13 coming in for a spike, but unable to get it over the net. And the net, as we know, does not let balls through. So Gilmanton gets a point scored against them by the Lancers. The Lancers score is 22-12, up 10 Lancers. Emma will be serving now for the Lancers. She does a jump serve to the back row. 7 totally misses the ball as it was going very, very fast. And a point called by the Lancers. I don't know what just happened there. Not 100% sure. The score, however, is 22-13. Lancers didn't get a point. 10 is now serving. 10 Callie. Kari coming in here for a spike. She now blocks it as Gilmanton tries to get it back over the net. Gilmanton does get it back over the net. However, it is on the other side of the candy cane stick, as it was called the other day, by Soraya. And the Lancers get the point. The score is 23-13. Only 2 more points needed by the Lancers here to take the second set and take the match. Olivia serving for the Lancers. Her serve is good. 15 trying to receive it there. Is unable to send it back towards the Lancers and instead sends it towards the back wall, leading to a point for the Lancers. Olivia serving again. Her serve is up and over. 10-13. The 7 for a nice spike. But the spike going up and up and up and not coming down until too late. A point for the Lancers. Oh, and that point was the last point we needed. I missed that. So we won the match, by the way. We won the first 2 sets, giving us the match. Yep, we'll probably play one for kicks and giggles here, as I said before. But it's not really for kicking or giggling, so they'll just play another set. Sam is saying the set's not for kicking and giggling, but instead for bumping and setting. So, words of wisdom from Sam here. We have a meeting here going on between the 2 teams. They broke up right as I said that, but there was a meeting going on. They talk about something after every 2 sets. Yeah. I think they decide who gets to start in what side of the court or something. I don't know. It's lots of fun, I think. Each team sending forth 2 representatives from their midst to represent their team in the meeting, of which there will be between the 2 teams. And the ref oversees, and I don't know, they do stuff. Welcome to the wall here in the Gilmanton gym. It has stuff written on it, like stuff. Gilmanton rocks. Yeah, some of them we won't read. So yeah, there's things written on the wall that we are sitting next to. 2 minutes here left before the next set begins in this intermediate period of time between the 2 points of entertaining gameplay here, presented to you by, I should probably say who I am. I'm Sherman Kettner, and doing camera for me today is Matt Rademacher. Matt Rademacher. He is our special guest here. No. Sam is our, I don't know, Sam is our supporting person. He supports us in all we say and do. He's in flannel. Sam will be your commentator or video person or something for the next game. Sam will do your next game for you. For you all. We have some loud cheering going on by Gilmanton as they retake the court. Okay, we should go back to the game so I can read off numbers here. I'm reading off numbers for you all. The number 10 represents Callie. The number 11 is represented by Kaylee. The number 13 by Kiana, that I'm probably reading wrong. The number 15 is Lydia Evans. And there's another number that I'm pretty sure I don't know what it is because I cannot see it. It's number 7. That's Gabby McDonald. The Lancers have Marnie, Abby, Olivia, Josie, Kari, and Lydia. Yep, those people. They're on the Lancers team. On the court right now. There's other people on the team, but those are the ones on the court right now. Marnie will start out the serving for the Lancers. She will hit the ball, and hopefully it will go over the net. We had some funny dancing going on Gilmanton's side of the court, but you guys missed it. Marnie will serve when she gets the permission. You're welcome, people who comment. Marnie with a great serve. 13-10 with a spike to Abby. Marnie to Lydia, who spikes it hard. It lands on the line. Oh, refs calling it out, but the coach telling them it was in from Gilmanton. Nice sportsmanship there. The Lancers taking the first point after a hard spike by Lydia. Marnie's second serve is not up and over the net and instead aimed. Well, it probably wasn't aimed, but instead flies towards her teammate's head and smacks it hard. Not really hard, but... Oh, it hit her hand? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. 11, Kaylee serving here. Lydia to Marnie. Josie coming in for the light tapping spike to 13 after a nice dig there by number 15. The spike was in, and the score is now tied up at 1-1. Such a close game here in the beginning of this first set. 11 serving, that's Kaylee. Lydia diving for the ball, landing on the ground, but not getting it to her teammates or over the net. The point goes to Gilmanton that suddenly has 3 points. Yeah, maybe that's right. Score is now 3-1. I don't know. I think we went from 1-1 to 3-1, but maybe there was a miss something. Lydia receiving it, sending it right back over, but it's spiked back to their side. Josie with a nice spike. Almost saved there by number 10 after a great dig by 15 on Josie's hard spike across the court that they were not expecting, but they are unable to get it up and over, and so the point goes to the Lancers. Score 2-3. Kari serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over the net. 13 setting to 10 for a spike to the back corner. Kari trying to get there, unable to. And another score for Gilmanton. It's Panthers. Gilmanton's leading by 2 here. Score 4-2 Gilmanton. Number 10 is serving for Gilmanton. Number 10 is Callie. Her serve is good. Abby going to dig it, but bounces the ball to the wall. And yeah, another point for Gilmanton. Score is 5-2 now. 10 serving again. That's Callie. 10 serve is good to Abby. Marnie setting up Lydia, who sets it over. 10, 13 to 15, whose spike goes into Zenat. And Zenat sends it back to the Gilmanton floor. Point for the Lancers. Lydia serving for the Lancers. Ooh, her serve is slow and right over the net. That was a hard one to receive. Great serve there by Lydia. An ace for Lydia as 10 diving for the ball is unable to get it. Another one of those serves right to the front row. A great serve here by Lydia twice in a row and 2 aces in a row. The score is 5-5. 7 trying to receive that one, but it bounces into the bleachers. Lydia's serve is good once again and an ace once again. 3 aces in a row for Lydia. Some really great serving here, and Gilmanton having some trouble receiving 10. They're trying to receive it, but again, bumping it to the bleachers. And the bleachers don't return the ball to the team once they send it to the bleachers. 7 trying to tip it over the net. The Lancers blocking, and 7 being unable to make the ball go up enough for it to go over the net. And instead it falls to the ground. Lydia serving again. The score is 7-5. 10 to 13. 15 coming in for a spike. The Lancers trying to block it, but the ball rolling over their fingertips and onto their side of the court. Point for Gilmanton. Some subs for the Lancers, or one sub subbing. It is she has a name, she really does, and I know it. Adri, who now receives the serve from the libero. Number 1, Caitlin. There was some point scorage there by Gilmanton. I didn't see what happened, but we're all tied up here. 7-7. Number 1 serving here again. Number 1 is Caitlin. Marnie saving it, but she hits the net in the process, and the point goes to Gilmanton. She now takes the lead of 8-7. Number 1 serving again, the libero. Adri receiving it. Marnie sets it this time for the Lancers. Olivia coming in, but the libero is there to receive the spike. 7 taps it over to Kari. Marnie over to Abby, who comes in, gets it over the blockers, but number 1's there to back them up. 7 spikes it over. Marnie getting under it. Ooh, Abby trying to save it as it hits the corner, rolls down the net and into her arms, but she is unable to send it back up into the air. And Gilmanton gets another point. They are leading by 2. Gilmanton playing a very nice third set here. Even though it doesn't matter, it's always nice to see teams continue trying even once they can't win. Caitlin's last serve there, bouncing on the ground before going under the net, which does not serve any use to anyone on volleyball except the other team, which in this case is the Lancers, so they get a point. The score is 9-8. Avery serving for the Lancers after she subbed in for someone who I didn't notice, and it looks like Riley also came in. Avery getting an ace there after number 9 trying to receive it, sends the ball to the wall, and the wall, well, we all know what happens when the ball hits the wall. It then must fall. For the Lancers. Number 9, it's all tied up here, 9-9. 1-15 over to 7. And 7 spiking it. Riley trying to block it, but it rolls off her arms, going around them and down to the floor. Point for Gilmanton. It's not all tied up. If it was all tied up, it would be 9-9 or 10-10, but it's 10-9 Gilmanton, so no ties here. Ooh, a really hard serve there by number 15. Lydia goes off of Adri, and the ball tries to run away. Adri must now go into the dark stage and find the ball. She has returned from her dangerous venture with the ball, and it now is sent back to Lydia Evans, who will serve again for Gilmanton. See if she can get a second ace in a row. No, hitting the net does not count as an ace, and so Lancers get another point here. Lancers' score is 10, whereas Panthers' score is 11. If you know how numbers work, that means that the Panthers are ahead by 1. Emma's serve is good and out. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, it is good and out. It's good and out. The score goes 12-11. Gilmanton's up. Gabby serving. Kari to Avery. Abby coming in for a hard spike, but Gabby's there. Ooh, a beautiful save by 13. The libero trying to keep it alive, keep their hopes and dreams up, but unable to. They tried to take out the camera, but Matt is the protector of the camera, and he saves it for you guys. Sorry for the motion sickness we probably just caused you all, but the camera's safe, so. Abby serves, it's hard to the back. 13 sets it over in a surprise, but Abby's ready for it. Olivia, no, that's not Olivia. That's Avery. Sets it over. Gabby diving for it, but is unable to get it, and the score is now 12-12. Abby serving again. 7 receiving, 13 gets to it. 10 spiking it to the net, and the net sends it to the floor. Point for the Lancers, who now take the lead for the first time in a while. The score is 13-12. Lancers need 2 more to win, unless we're playing to 25, in which case they need more to win. Hope comes in for Kari. Abby serves it over. A nice hard serve to 15. 7 to 11, who sets it to Abby. Avery to Riley and Hope, who both spike it over the net. Riley coming in for a try 2. And this time she makes it to the floor after it was returned the first time by Gilmanton. Scores 14-12, timeout called by Gilmanton. So no one really knows, well, somebody really knows, but no one up here broadcasting for you guys knows whether the game's about to end when the Lancers hit 15 or Gilmanton hit 16, or whether it'll keep going to 25. We never know until it happens. So stick around and find out what the outcome of this unknowledge by us will be. We have a 360 here showing you now. Our wire is all wrapped around, so we'll have to go back the other way. We don't have wireless charging yet, so you'll have to suffer. Lydia with another spike that once again Gilmanton's coach calls in for her. She's putting them right on that line. It's yellowish. Or looks like we're playing to 25 as the Lancers have now got 15. Thanks for sticking around to see the conclusion of that question. 13-10, setting it over, but Emma's there to get it. Back to Emma for a back row spike into the net. Lancers lose a point there to Gilmanton as the ball falling on their side leads to a point for Gilmanton. 13 will now serve. 13 is Kiana. I say her name different every time, and I probably haven't been right once yet. Lydia with a hard spike. This time it's out of the bounds. It does not land on the peach-colored line. The peach-colored line, it lands on the other side of, leads to a point for Gilmanton. I've been told the line is not peach. I will now ask what color the line is. The line is the color of?
Yellowish white.
Yellowish white. I thought that was the peach, but I guess it's not. Okay. 13, Kiana serving again. Emma to Avery. To Lydia, I'm colorblind for all of you out there who are wondering why I am so bad at telling the color of this line. We now have Marnie and Josie coming in for Riley and the person's name who I keep forgetting tonight, Avery. She's in my class. I really should know her name, but I really cannot remember it tonight, so. Marnie will now serve for the Lancers. Her serve goes up and over the net and received by 15. 13 sets it up for 10, who spikes it to Emma. Marnie saving the ball from going out of the bounds, and Abby spikes it out of the bounds after Marnie just tried to prevent it from doing that. Which means that Gilmanton gets a point. Gilmanton's number 11, Kaylee, will serve. Emma setting it to Marnie, who sets it to Lydia, who tries to tip it over and does get it over after 10 trying to block it. Marnie setting it back to Josie, who spikes it over to 10, 13, 15 coming in for a tap, but Marnie's there to put it back up into the air. Lydia puts it farther into the air, and Emma spikes it over to the back row, from the back row. 13 setting to 3, who is unable to keep it from going under the net. And the point goes to the Lancers, who are up 1 point now. I missed saying that they were tied. So sad. Aren't you all so sad that I missed the tie? Hope serving now for the Lancers. She serves to 15. 10 will now spike it over the net, but Josie blocks it. 10 now bumps it over the net to Hope. Marnie setting up Olivia, who does spike it over the net, but it's outside the candy cane sticks. Those are words straight from Soraya. You can talk to Soraya if you have a question as to why that candy cane sticks. I don't know. 10 will now serve for 10 will now serve for Gilmanton. Abby to Marnie. Josie spiking it down to the ground in between all the players, and the ball hits the ground after 10 diving to the ground. Is unable to get it. Looks like Lydia will now be serving for the Lancers, who are now up 1 after the score was just tied up at 17-17. Lydia serves to 10, 13, to 7. Ooh, great block there by Josie. However, Gilmanton's able to save it, and Abby comes in for a spike, but it's received by 10. Bounces off the net. 3 saves it. 13 spike tips, punches it over, and the ball travels over and over and over the line. Actually, it wasn't very far over the line, but it still went over. Lydia serving it again, received by 15. Back to 15 for a spike to Lydia. Marnie to Abby, who slaps it over. 13 setting it. Josie blocking it. I think I said the same name twice there, maybe. Josie now sets it over. 10-7 tapping it, but Josie's there to block it back down behind her back, and she cannot hit the ball behind her back. And so the ball hits the ground. Lancers now leading by 3 here. They need 4 more points. See if Lydia can give them to them. Her first serve is good. Received by number 9 and sent back over the Lancers net and out of bounds, leading to a point for the Lancers. Gilmanton calls a timeout. It might be their last one. It might not be. We don't really know. 50 seconds left in the timeout. Both teams have played a really good game here. Lancers definitely have had some great spikes and really nice serving. Gilmanton's had a bit of trouble receiving the serves and the spikes. There's just no way you can get to some of them, so they'd have to have more blockers, I guess, but even that wouldn't always solve their problem here. Lancers, like I said, have done a great job of spiking, and they've had a little bit of trouble with serving, but they've also had some really great serves. Their back row has done well, and they've had a couple of miscommunications, but nothing bad, so looks like we'll have some subs, and by subs, I mean Sabba, which will be Adri, and Adri will serve for the Lancers here as this timeout runs out. Oh, they stop it before it beeps. We don't get a buzzer. Oh, well, so sad. The score is 21-17 as Adri serves. 15 receives, and Josie blocks it back down to the floor. 10 diving for the ball, ends up on her knees, but the ball does not end up in the air, and so the point goes to the Lancers. Adri gets to serve a second time here for the Lancers. The score is 22-17. Adri's serve is good. 7 trying to receive it, but sends the ball up and over her teammates, also over the line, and the point goes to the Lancers. The score now 23-17. Lancers needing 2 more points. Can Adri get them for them? Her serve just barely cresting the net. Josie with a great block, but she tapped the net, and so the point goes to Gilmanton. It looks like the libero, Caitlin, will now come in and serve. Gilmanton's not down too much. They definitely could come back and win this third set if they could get a couple of really nice plays here. Abby spiking it over to 15, who now spikes it over. The ball goes out of bounds. No, the ball doesn't, or someone touched it. It was out of bounds, but somebody must have touched it, so the point goes to Gilmanton. And another serve by the libero, Caitlin, we will get to see. We will see today. I don't know. I was trying to think of a rhyme there, but none came to mind. Marnie manages to get it over the net. 7 tries to save it, but is unable to. 13 going after it, trying to save it for a second time, but is once again unable to. And the Lancers get the point. They now only need 1 more as Avery comes in to serve. Marnie and Josie are waiting to sub for each other. The ref's not realizing they wanted to sub, but they now realize, and the sub has now been made. See if Avery can finish this game, or if Gilmanton will make an amazing comeback. The libero to the 13. 7 coming in for a spike, and she gets it to the ground. Well done there. Falling right at Kari's feet as she is unable to get to the ground fast enough to put the ball back up into the air and keep the ball from hitting the ground. 15 will now serve. 15 is Lydia Evans. Lancers varsity can now be seen walking across the other side of the court. When we turn here, they're ready for the varsity game, which will come up shortly after this. Abby with a great spike, 13 over to 7, whose spike is hard. And that will be the game here. A very well-played third set here by both teams after a very well-played match by both JV game teams here. We will be back with varsity shortly. Thank you for tuning in. And Sam will do the next ones as I have to leave. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back. Oh, you'll have to leave this video and join another one because we have to switch phones and stuff. So yeah, sorry about that. So look for a new video and we should be up shortly. Bye.